Sunday, this is the fourth Sunday in Lent this weekend, and the Gospel again is a long one, so I'll share a shortened version. As Jesus walked by, he saw a man who had been blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents?" And Jesus said, neither this man nor his parents sinned, but he was born blind so that the works of God might be revealed in him. And then he spat on the ground and he made mud with the saliva and smeared the mud on the man's eyes and told him to go and wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. He went and he washed, and when he came back he was able to see. Now many of the people who knew him, his neighbours, as a beggar, they said, "Is this the man who used to sit and beg?" Some were saying it is the man. Others, no, but it's someone who looks like him. But he kept saying, "I am the man." They said, "Well, who opened your eyes?" He said, "A man called Jesus made mud and smeared the mud on my face and told me to go and wash. And I went and washed and received my sight." They said, "Well, where is he?" And he said, "I don't know." And they took him to the Pharisees. Now, it was on the Sabbath that Jesus made mud and opened his eyes, and the Pharisees began to ask him. They said, asked him how he had received his sight. He said, "He made mud and smeared it on my face and told me to go and wash, and now I can see." Now, some of the Pharisees said, "This man is not from God because he doesn't observe the Sabbath." But others said, "Well, how could a sinner perform such signs?" They were divided. So they asked the man. They said, "What do you think? Was your eyes he opened?" He said, "He is a prophet." They threw him out of the synagogue. When Jesus heard this, he found him. He asked him, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" He answered, "Tell me, sir, where is he so that I can believe?" And Jesus said, "You've already seen him. The one speaking to you is he." And he said, "Lord, I believe." And he worshipped him. There's kind of a story within a story going on here, isn't there? There's the inner circle, the close story, is the story of the encounter that Jesus has with this blind man. Then there's all this stuff that's happening around the story, around that. The responses of neighbours and Pharisees. The thing that I'd like to focus on is how the judgments that were made about this man, that he was a sinner because he was blind, and how easy it is for us to forget that I am a sinner. And I think, just think of those times when sometimes it's painful, particularly if someone points it out to me, that I'm self-righteous and arrogant and careless with people, and indifferent, really, except about myself. Usually, when that's pointed out to me, it's done in anger. But there is a stripping away when people speak in anger. Often they speak the truth, even if it's not the whole truth. And sometimes it's, I'm grateful if people who love me can be truthful too. Prayer too, I think, is something that strips us back. This man had, he always lived, he was a beggar. He wasn't someone who made his own way. He simply had to rely on others, and he was judged in a way, such a way he couldn't. He was always going to be a sinner, no matter what he did. And Jesus was saying that God can be revealed in him, in the sense in which it can be revealed in me, as I just own my own sinfulness, painful though it be. And there's this intimacy of the contact with Jesus, the saliva and the mud, and there's a sense in being reformed, reshaped, the mud, like the creation stories, the washing, the baptism stories, being reborn. The power of this encounter that delivers the man from the darkness, and he's going to claim that no matter what other people around him say. And on the basis of this experience with Jesus, he believes.